So we're now going to take a look at a second layout file that we use in this example that's inflated dynamically each time the user saves a new tagged query that doesn't already exist in our set of key value pairs. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this new tagview.xml file in a moment, but first I want to show you how I created that. Basically, all I did was right-click on the layout folder and select New Android XML file, and remember, if this file does not, or this option rather, does not exist here, you can go to Other and locate it through there as well. So let me go ahead and bring that up. We named the file, and of course you can give it any name you want with a .xml extension. We specified that it was a layout, and because this represents a table row that's going to contain a couple of buttons rather than the default linear layout, we went into this drop-down menu here and we selected table row as the root for this new layout that we are creating. And once we did that, it went ahead and created the file for us and opened the file. And initially it looked like this, but again, I'm going to go ahead and change the IDE here so that it looks like the way we designed it originally. Now, you can see here we have a button with no text on it and an edit button, and let's go ahead and take a look at the XML for this layout. So the layout consists of a table row. We call it new tag table row, which we'll use in the program so that we can modify the contents, for example, of the button in that row. The table row matches its parent's width and wraps the content for its height, so it's going to have the height of the buttons that are placed into it. And you'll notice that we've used another predefined Android color here called transparent. So basically we want whatever the background color of the table is to show through to the rows of that table. Then at line 8 we went ahead and defined a button. This is the new tag button, and you'll notice we don't set the text on that button. We do that dynamically based on the tag that the user specifies. The width of this button is set by default to the dimension that we created called tag button width, but it's also expandable for the reason that the table itself, back in main.xml, let's pull this up, the table itself says that its columns are stretchable. So we're going to set the tag button width and the edit button width as well to give them their basic size, but these are both stretchable. So for example, if I go back over to the AVD and I type Control F11 here, in a moment you'll see this reshape, and now the edit text is a little wider and the save button is a little wider as well. Alright, so let's go back over to our IDE here. So again, we have the button for the new tag button. We have a separate button for the new edit button. The edit buttons are always going to contain the same text, so we do set the text on that button to the string resource called edit, and in both cases the height of these buttons is set to wrap content and the width is specified using a dimension attribute. So in one of the later videos in this lesson, we're going to show you how to dynamically load this table row layout and place it into the table layout that's inside of the scroll view in the main.xml file.